Hello everyone, this is Prashant, and in this video we are going to talk about note taking, one of the favorite topics of the students. So in this we are going to cover what are note taking, what software you should use, how do you do it, what are the parts of note taking, what does the ideal note look like. Okay, so let's start. Softwares we use. Okay, Zotero, that is for reading and annotating PDFs. Evernote, it is used for typing. So, what are the benefits of digital note taking? Why I'm forcing you to use digital note taking? Well, they are efficient. You can type a lot in a short amount of time. They're editable. You can update your knowledge. As knowledge updates, you require editing. There's some mistake made. You have to correct that as well. Maybe you have to change the format of your notes. So, they are editable. Digital notes are integrative. You take information from multiple sources, YouTube videos, lecture videos, experiences, reading, stuff like that, and you uh, put the information in one place. Okay, portable, accessible through different devices. It's available on internet, so you can use that. Evernote is available everywhere on internet, on your laptop, uh, on your mobile. So yeah, you can also share those notes easily and you don't have to carry anything else. For example, you don't have to carry your notes book. You can access them through internet. Okay. Permanence, basically they are long. They have a long life. Obviously, digital things have longer life as long as digital device exists or some data storage device existing. Your notes are almost permanent. Okay. Meanwhile, a physical copy may get burnt or may get wet and get destroyed easily. Yep. Searchability, you can search any form of concept or any word you might have written in your notes. So that is one major advantage. And these are all the benefits you get from digital note taking in comparison to if you take your notes physically. Okay. So we are going to talk about note taking. What are the various parts of note taking? You have as your syllabus, you have working notes, you have outline notes, obviously, and you have self questioning. So, obviously, this might look complicated, but these are the stages that you have to cover to make a better note. So, let's start. What are the two basic types of notes that you have to make? Working notes. These are used for revision. They are shorter in length in comparison to your outline notes. Those are basically for your understanding. You write almost everything in your outline notes, and you write only the essential parts in the working notes. So, let's start. So your syllabus. Your syllabus is a document that delimits how much knowledge you are going to cover in a given time period. So basically provides you with goals. So you have goals. It gives you what topics you should study, when you are going to study it, in which semester. What are the types of tests you are going to be tested on for your knowledge that you have gained across the semester? Like what are the theory or practicals? What are their marks? Stuff like that. And where do you study it from? What are the references or the books you have to refer? Okay. So, working notes 1.0. After forming a syllabus, we form our working notes, and working notes are nothing more than your list of main headings or topics that you select from your syllabus. So, it is a form of to-do list. Main topics are mentioned in syllabus. You write those topics in your Evernote document, and those becomes your working note. Okay, so let me just go to my Evernote, and yep, this is what working note looks like. Wait a minute. Let me just go to desktop capture. Okay, cool. So okay, so these are my notes basically on different topics, and now this is the note on philosophy. I can capture the notes. Okay, in the syllabus it's mentioned Western philosophy, history of philosophy, various school of thoughts, stuff like that. I can also go deeper and I can focus on personality. Okay, this is personality. This is what we studied last time in our reading section. So different schools of personality, theories of personality like Rotter's locus of control. Mind you, this is not logical hierarchy. I just copied and pasted it from syllabus that was given to me. Okay, cool. So now that we have done that, let's just go back uh, to our PPT. And yeah, we have form our working notes. So the first step is that we have to go to our syllabus and form working notes 1.0. That is our to-do list. So Yep, that is our first step. You go to syllabus and you copy and paste that in a document called working notes. Cool, fine. Okay, then we come to our outline notes. What are outline notes? The annotations you did in your reading, you transfer it to a new document. One document is for working note, another is from outline notes. So in the outline notes document, you transfer your all the annotations and you structure it. This becomes your first draft. You structure it in the form of heading, subheading, thoughts, and facts in a given topic. Okay, cool, understandable. And this is what your working notes will look like. Okay, let me just go there and show you what actually outline notes look like. Okay, cool. So this is what outline notes look like. You have a definition. Uh, you mention a little bit about individual differences, and then you move forward. You come again to definition. You look come to the approaches. So this is basically the first draft. Types of approaches, different researchers or background theories, and this is your working note basically. You mentioned Freud, you mentioned Carl Jung, other stuff. So yep, this is what outline notes look like. Basically, it's comprehensive. I have written everything I knew about the topics from different books into one place. So this is what becomes my outline note. Obviously, you can bold the headings or the researcher name for convenience. Okay, cool. So now let's go back to the PPT. So obviously, this is how you make your outline notes. You start with your annotations and then you transfer them to a new document called outline notes. So now we have two documents. From syllabus, we got working notes, and from annotations, we got outline notes. Cool. So, what to include? So, basically, you take out these are the basic information that you take out from the book: the headings, the topics, the definitions, examples, diagrams, studies mentioned, arguments, application, context, or connections you form. So all that you have to include in your outline note. Okay, you can use abbreviations like short forms. For definition, I use DEF, example E, connection I, or my own thoughts. I refer to them as I dash, and so on and so forth. Cool. Now we come to the working notes 2.0. After I have found my outline notes, I form my working notes. So basically, I go back to the document I tip from syllabus and I edit it. And then I got my working notes. So for personality, I got my working notes in this form. Mind you, these are forms formed from my outline notes. So this is what condensed version of my outline notes look like. Type approaches, humor, for fluids. So you can see I am not mentioning too much what is Rajas, what is Tamas. I'm just saying, okay, these are the topics. This how all the topics are related. Okay, cool. Body types, endomorph, mesomorph, ectomorph. Let me just zoom it a little bit. Cool. So this what outline notes look like, or sorry, working notes look like. So these are working notes 2.0. So the content I got from my syllabus notes, I just modified it. I added more to it, more details after reading it. Yep, cool. Yep. Okay. So this is what I got. Now let's go back to the PPT. Now I have formed working notes. Uh 2.0, I will focus on new section. Okay. So working notes are condensed version of your outline notes. Cool. After editing one working notes 1.0, we have mentioned that basically it mentions all the essential concepts in a logical order. So hierarchy. So this what working notes look like, and I have also shown you what they look like. Okay, cool. So they are very similar. Uh, Self questioning. Now I have formed my outline notes. I have formed my working notes. Cool. Now I go into the deep thinker mode, and I question my outline notes. Okay, so I look for any gaps of knowledge I have. So what self-questioning is thinking and writing questions that reflects your gap of knowledge, your doubts, when you read out outline notes. Like something doesn't make sense. How did this researcher came up with that concept, or this researcher came up with that concept? So you have to kind of ask all those questions. Like conceptual questions would be, what is personality? What is self? Stuff like that. Okay. Inductive questions will be like, okay, how did Freud came up with this concept of unconscious? Yeah, deductive question will be like, okay, how is psychodynamic theory of personality is applied to psychotherapy? Evaluative question will be like, okay, is there any evidence for psychodynamic or theories effectiveness? Cool. Exam questions would be what is asked in exam. Uh, so you can look for previous year question papers for that. So these are the types of questions you have to ask yourself when you're self questioning. Okay. So working notes are divided into three sections. Okay. Hierarchy, which we formed previously, questions, which we form after self questioning, and references. If you want to mention, you can mention the references of the books you referred so that it can guide other students. So, yeah, so you self question on your outline notes and then you do rereading because obviously some questions are not answered in the textbook or you cannot think them up. So you have to go back either to the original material to extra material to cover that gaps of knowledge. So you become more knowledgeable and gain more mastery of the subject. Okay, cool. So, yeah. So let's come on to the outline notes 2.0. So obviously I go back to the annotation, I go back to reading, I found out new knowledge. Now I have to incorporate that into my outline notes 1.0. Okay, so I have to edit my notes and I have to form outline note 2.0. So ideal form. There are three ways I have to, three sections I have to cover in my notes. This is what ideal form of my final note will look like. Okay. Level 1 will be induction, level 2 will be deduction, and level 3 will be evaluation. Obviously, this is identical to the objectives of objective education. You have to cover objective education in three levels. So, our notes should reflect that too. Okay. So, level 1 is induction. So, what happens in induction? We go through method, problem, motive, context, questions, evidence, experiment, findings. If your notes mention that they are cool, if they don't, you have to work upon them. Then you go through reasoning, and reasoning covers definitions, examples, argument, stuff like that. Then deduction. Basically, it's reasoning about derivations, new examples, diagrams you can form, applications of your theories. And then evaluation. Basically, you have to cover implications, philosophical lineage, agreement, error, new theory you form out of correction of the old theory. And yeah, this is what the model looks like. This is the end model of our notes. You go through syllabus, you form working notes 1.0. Then you do your reading. After that, you form annotations. Then you form your outline notes. Okay. On your outline notes, on the basis of your outline notes, you form your working notes. Okay, cool. Then on questioning on your outline notes, you go and do reading again. And then you form annotations. Then you form working notes 2.0. You can again form working notes from your outline notes 2.0. Now, one thing to mention, working notes means only one document of working notes, and outline notes means only one document of outline notes. And 1.0, 2.0 are versions after editing. Cool. So I hope this makes sense to you. I demonstrated my process. I showed you how outline note or working notes look like, and this is the process. Yep. Thanks for watching. I hoped it helped you, and bye bye.